In this episode of Flightline News, we'll take a behind-the-scenes look at acquiring our new Cessnas, and we'll learn about the engine replacements currently going on at fleet maintenance for our DA-42s. And we'll learn about the recent upgrade to the visual system of our CRJ full-motion simulator. Flightline News starts right now. Welcome to Flightline News, I'm Bob Thomas. The Flight Department recently acquired 11 brand new Cessna 172s. Special VFR Productions owned Cayman Monday hitched a ride with a small team from the Flight Department to get an inside look at the experience and process involved in making sure every plane we get meets embry-riddle standards.
Hi, I'm Cayman. This is Sherrod, Veenan, the pilots, and Mike, the aircraft inspector from maintenance.
You've got to get a hold of yourself.
We all flew up to Tulsa, Oklahoma, rented a car, drove to Independence, got a hotel, and slept. The next morning we went to the Textron Aviation warehouse to inspect our Cessna 172s. They took some pictures and we received the keys. Then it was time for business to begin. Mike began looking in every nook of the planes to make sure everything was up to our standards, but I'll let him tell you more.
Starting off with the inspection process, I'm checking the general condition of the aircraft, checking leading edges for any signs of damage, any aircraft warping in the skin or the substructure. After I finish with the general inspection, I'm going through and checking all the primary flight controls for proper installation and proper rigging. I'm checking for anything that can impact the safety of the aircraft. At this point, I'm inspecting the engine and the nose wheel for proper alignment and anything that can interfere with flight operations during the return home back to embry-riddle.
After he gave notes on issues that needed to be fixed, we took a lunch break while they began to fix every issue they could. When we got back from lunch, the first plane was ready for a test ride.
All right, hey everyone. So we're taking 481 Echo Romeo here for our first test flight. The plane's already been tested. We've taken a look at it. Mechanics looked at it. I just did my pre-flight and sump the fuel. So now what we're going to do is just go up with one of the Cessna pilots and make sure everything is definitely working the way it should. Check out all the systems and operations of all the instruments. And once we're satisfied, we bring it back in and then take delivery of the first aircraft. Let's do this.
I watched them take off, but quickly after, it was time to run inside because I'm from Florida and it was 25 degrees out there. After the landing, we moved to the conference room to begin the most exciting part, paperwork. But seriously, this part was extremely important and not all that painful, thanks to Cody and Cameron. We were delayed from the weather for a few days, but it finally cleared up just enough for us to take off and bring them to Daytona. After the planes arrived here at embry-riddle, it was time for a second inspection and what we call riddleization. Here's Tom Bruno, our Director of Aircraft Maintenance, to tell you more.
All right, hello all. This is Tom Bruno, your Director of Aircraft Maintenance here, standing with one of our new Cessna 172s that we're bringing into the fleet. We're 9 aircraft into our 11 aircraft purchase. Go into a little bit of detail with these aircraft coming on. I know everyone's excited about having these new aircraft here and some more additional equipment to meet the demands. As they come on, we go through our own little inspection process. I think some of you kind of call it riddleizing the aircraft. We go through, we put in survival kits, we go through the aircraft from the manufacturer. We actually do a kind of a conformity inspection here ourselves to bring it into our phase inspection program. So far, all has been well. I think we've got 2 more to go next week, so we're pretty close to completion. It really should help you guys out on the flight line, keeping these aircraft going, have enough available. So exciting times to be here at embry-riddle, exciting stuff for the aircraft. And enjoy it, it's good stuff.
Students flying the CRJ full motion simulator are seeing things a lot clearer nowadays, at least out of the cockpit window. That's because the simulator's visual display got a major upgrade in January. Here's Tom Peterson, the CRJ program manager, to talk about some of the improvements that this change has brought about.
So we just finished upgrading the visual system in the CRJ. The old system was about 20 years old, so it was kind of antiquated. We went from cathode ray tubes to LCD projectors. It saves us about 40% in maintenance costs, and it's a lot safer because it's a lower voltage. It also gives us the ability now to do some updating of our own. We have the ability to get into the software, and we can make some new airports, and we can even tweak some of the old airports. The advantages now are that the database has a lot more airports in it that we can go to. We're able to go to some new airports, the detail is better, we can see things much clearer. It's really a lot more immersive. The people really feel like you're really there because snow looks better, the lightning bolts look better, the shading and the lighting on the sides of buildings look better. We have more action going on the ramp now when we're sitting at a gate. So overall, it's just a great improvement in the experience and in the costs.
Over the past few months, our maintenance department has been very busy replacing the engines on our DA-42 fleet. Director of Maintenance Tom Bruno took a couple minutes out of his busy schedule to talk about this significant event.
Hello all, this is Tom Bruno here, your Director of Aircraft Maintenance. I'm standing next to one of our DA-42 aircraft. As you guys know, they've been with the university for almost 3 years now, and they're actually coming up on their mandatory engine change time. On these specific aircraft, that time's actually 1,800 hours, and since we bought all of them at the same time, we're kind of doing most of the engine changes at the same time also. This, I believe, is number 6, so we're a little bit past halfway mark with these aircraft, but they've been going pretty smooth so far. So if you have a minute, stop by, come by, and take a look at it. It's a good time. Understand and get to know a little bit more about these engines. So thank you all.
If your busy schedule doesn't always allow you to take that observer flight you've been wanting to get on, don't fret. Special VFR Productions' latest flight training series features 360-degree video technology. It's the next best thing to being in the airplane. Flight Standards pilot Venan Udayan has a few words of wisdom for those students that take advantage of these new videos.
Over the past few months, Flight Standards, in collaboration with Special VFR Productions, has recorded and created these 360 video camera videos with the attempt to help students chair fly from the comfort of their own homes and dorms. We've recorded certain maneuvers with special emphasis with the private pilot course. What this will aid in helping students is identifying the visuals to look at and identifying some of the teaching techniques from the instructor so that when the student goes back to the instructor, they already have a good idea of what the maneuver looks like, and also some training techniques that might help the student conduct the maneuver to a more satisfactory performance. Some things to note is that this maneuver videos that can be found on youtube.com under the ERAU Special VFR channel is that these videos were created with the intent of teaching an embry-riddle student. So it doesn't really work for outside the university, and something to also note, the quality is meant for a VR headset and it's just for more of the teaching process. So the best thing to do is if you do get a little sick using the VR headset, you can take the VR headset off and actually just use the mouse to scroll left and right while watching these videos and identifying the visual references highlighted in the video. So great videos to help you and help the students with chair flying, and it'll give you a good idea of what to expect in your actual flight training, and you'll have a good background and foundation to move on. And also, in case something is confusing with previous instruction, maybe hopefully these videos could help you out, iron out those confusions.
These videos will be available to all students at the Aviation Learning Center located in the College of Aviation. You can also find them on the Special VFR YouTube channel, ERAU Special VFR. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. That's it for this edition of Flightline News. I'm Bob Thomas. Thanks for watching.